You know the feeling. Someone's story does not add up, but you have no proof. If you accuse them, the conversation becomes a fight. If you stay silent, the doubt follows you. The goal is not to become a human lie detector. It is to test whether a story remains coherent when the person has to explain it without your help. Here is the basic idea. A fabricated story can require more mental work because the speaker must invent details, remember them, and monitor your reaction at the same time. But difficulty is not proof of deception. Honest memory can be incomplete, stress can change behavior, and a nervous person can still be telling the truth. So use these 5 moves as consistency checks, not as a verdict.
First, ask one clear, open question. Then pause. If you ask, "Where were you last night?" and they say, "I had dinner with a friend," wait 3 or 4 seconds. Do not glare, threaten, or fill the silence. Stay calm and let them decide whether to add anything. People often volunteer extra details when silence feels unfinished. Those details give you a clearer account to compare later. They do not automatically expose a lie. Second, introduce an unexpected perspective. The original source suggests inventing a witness, but presenting a fictional person as real can damage trust and create false pressure. A safer version is an explicit hypothetical. If someone at the store had seen you, what would they remember? Now the person must explain the same event from another angle.
Notice what changes, but do not treat faster speech, slower speech, eye contact, or visible tension as proof. Those reactions can come from many causes. Third, return to one important detail later. At 10 o'clock, ask what time they got home. At 10:20, revisit it in different words without supplying the earlier answer. Let them reconstruct the timeline themselves. If important details shift, stay curious. Ask what changed instead of announcing that you caught them. Real memories are not perfect recordings. Small differences are normal. What matters is whether the central account can be explained without constant repairs. Fourth, test the person's standard with their own words. If they say, "I only gave her a ride," ask, what would count as crossing a boundary to you? Then ask, if I gave someone else a ride every day, would that feel acceptable to you? The point is not to trap them. It is to reveal whether the same rule applies both ways. Fifth, lower the need to defend the first answer. A direct accusation can make people fight harder for a story, simply because backing down feels humiliating. Try, "I know there may be a reason you did not want to tell me everything. I want to give you one chance to correct anything that was not accurate." That is not permission to pressure someone into a confession. It is a clear boundary. Honesty is still possible, but the relationship cannot keep moving on unreliable information.
Research on cognitive approaches to deception does show better average detection under some experimental interview conditions, but the source's claim of a 62% improvement is not supported by the review behind that number. And no conversational trick can turn behavior into proof. These questions can reveal inconsistency, but they cannot tell you why it exists. Use the method to slow the conversation down, protect your judgment, and decide what evidence or boundary you actually need. The strongest move is not forcing someone to admit you were right. It is staying calm enough to notice the pattern, verify what you can, and refuse to abandon your own standards.
Subscribe to Mind Traps. See people more clearly. Understand yourself better.